Welcome back to more snap grades for Jetburn reveals. Today we have Gentle Criminal and his kit revealed to us by Alliteration Gaming in true Gentle Criminal fashion. A++ reveal today. Do not watch my video until you go and watch the official reveal. The YouTube channel is Alliteration Gaming. It was awesome. I'm just going to be giving some quick snap grades and snap reactions to these cards. Let's start with Gentle Criminal himself. 6-hander, 28 health on the Void, Order, and Chaos symbols. Response after an attack is blocked, your next check to play an attack or block gets +X. X equals the printed block modifier of the block. So very, very strong on offense and very, very strong on defense. You're punishing your rival every time they block, and you're getting benefits every time you block, right? So if on average you're blocking with like a 2 block modifier on defense, then on average you're getting +2 to your next check. That's like having release on face, except you didn't even have to destroy a foundation. Feels very, very strong defensively. And also offensively, just, maybe your rival blocks 1 or 2 times over the turn, and that gives you like 3 or 4 extra to your checks that turn, which might not sound like a lot, but that's like having 3 or 4 extra foundations. It really adds up. And then we get this bottom response. After you play an attack, if the check to play was modified, it gets +X speed. X equals the amount it was modified by. Okay, very cool. So if your rival blocks with like a 2 block modifier, then you're going to get 2 speed. If they blocked with like an Ice Storm that had a 2 block modifier and then they said breaker 2, because your check was now modified by 4, you then get 4 speed. It's the breaker stacks on top of it. So once again, you are really punishing your rival for blocking. This character looks insanely fun to me. His entire kit is a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be playing quite a bit of this character. Now that I think about it, it kind of makes me happy how the cloud on his card kind of matches with the cloud I put in the background. And it does here. This was 100% unintentional. I'm just kind of proud of myself for unintentionally doing that. Okay, I am on a tangent. So he looks very, very fun. I'm not sure about how strong he is. It's really hard to tell. This is one of those characters I'm going to have to sleeve up and play for myself before I know. When I first saw him, he immediately felt like he was going to be A tier. Then as I thought about it more, I was like, he might actually not be that good. And I finally settled on the B tier. I think that's about right. He looks like a fun locals character. I'm not sure if he's going to be strong competitively, but I'm sure if somebody put in the work, he could be. The fundamental problem about Gentle Criminal to me is that he's depending on your rival to make bad decisions. He wants your rival to block the wrong things and with the wrong cards. He plays this very interactive game plan, which is fun, but a lot of times the truly broken characters just play their own game and they ignore their rival. Whereas Gentle Criminal is definitely playing alongside his rival, and he's counting on them making bad choices. Anytime your rival has a choice that can affect your game plan, I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm not ready to put him into A tier right now. In terms of fun, I think he's going to be A tier. In terms of viability, I'm going to put him in the B tier for now. All right, Lover Mode, his action, a 3 difficulty, 2 low block, 5 check. If you're Gentle Criminal, it's not going to count towards progressive. And then you can form, discard 1 card, draw 2 cards. This feels really nice. It's like having latent skill on face because you have to play this card, which is minus a card in your hand, discard a card. So basically you're losing 2 cards, drawing 2 cards, but you're losing probably, an action and a foundation, and hopefully you get to draw attacks and you get to dig into your deck a little more. Then he gets first enhanced card pool. If you have at least 2 momentum, this attack gets -1 speed or +2 damage. I like this enhance, but it requires so much setup. If you have at least 2 momentum, it is so hard to hold on to momentum in this game, as we're going to see. One of the best foundations of momentum hate ever was just printed, and we already have cards like Capture Evildoers that are very, very prevalent in the meta. So if you have at least 2 momentum, that's a big ask, and then it's also asking you not to spend your momentum on other things. So I'm actually not a big fan of that, although you can use it on defense, if you block with it and it's in your card pool. And then we get Villain response. After you block with this card, your rival adds 1 face-up foundation to their hand. This is huge. It's not crazy. I wish it said that you got to pick. All of these things considered, there's a lot of text on this card. It looks a lot of fun. I ultimately don't think it's that good. I think it's C tier. I'm going to give it a plus because I think it's a lot of fun. And if you're Gentle Criminal, you probably want to run you definitely want to run this card, right? Discard 1 card, draw 2 cards. It's not going to count towards progressive difficulty. Feels really, really nice. I'm just not sure anybody except for Gentle Criminal is going to run this card. You know, it's not like the maximum hardening where everything gets 2 damage and then you can find a way to get rid of it from your card pool, because the enhance down here only works from your card pool. Yeah, that's where I'm at with this. I don't really see it finding play. Next up, we have the 5 difficulty attack, Gently Rebound. It is a 2 mid 6, 3 block modifier, and you might not think this sounds very good, but remember the keywords are at the bottom, and we have this essential keyword, the throw keyword. So it's going to be dealing at least 3 damage unless your rival has throw hate, and if it's not blocked, you're going to add a rival foundation to their hand. You get to choose. That's very, very powerful. Although, you know, you are handing your rival another block. But of course, your Gentle Criminal, you can choose the foundation you send back, and you can choose a really high block modifier to help you and hurt your rival in their ability to block. I'm going to put this in the B tier. It's not doing anything incredible. This isn't over the top good, but it's also a 6 damage throw, and it's hard to be, you know, it's hard to be in the C tier as a throw here. Gently Sandwich, a 4 difficulty attack, 2 high 4, 2 high block combo off a slam. This attack is +1 X damage. X equals the printed damage of the preceding attack in your card pool. I'm immediately thinking about like Pillar Swing here as a slam, you know, giving it +8 damage feels nice. Add 1 card from your hand to your momentum, and it has EX2. So you could just discard a card basically for 2 speed if you like. And then of course, hopefully you're getting speed from Gentle Criminal, right? I'm going to put this in the C tier again. Like, adding a card from your hand to your momentum is very nice. Not a lot of strategies are going to be built around the slam keyword, although I really appreciate that the design team is showing the slam keyword some love here with all of Gentle Criminal's support. And he's like on the chaos symbol where Mirio also added some slams. So slam is getting closer to being a legit keyword, along with the Fury, Range, Charge, you know, the big boys in the keyword world. But yeah, I don't think it's quite there yet. It's probably not going to see play. And that is Gently Sandwich. Although it's interesting. The combo's interesting. But again, you have to build it around slams. Now we get his ultra rare, Gently Theft. 5 difficulty, 4 mid, 8. And it's a flash attack. Charge, flash, slam, taunt. Now we saw this keyword combo in the design preview, which I then gave my reactions to. And I said, when I saw this keyword combo, I immediately thought, oh, this is a Jiro 2 card. Thankfully, this is not a Jiro card, and it's not even on any of Jiro 1's symbols. So we are saved from the Jiro menace a little bit longer. It is a bummer that we get another 4 keyword card on 2 of Midnight's symbols that has flash. So Midnight can't give it 4 speed. But yeah, response, discard 1 momentum. After you play this attack, your rival discards 1 card. Feels very, very strong. Deadlock, after you play this card, your rival removes 1 card from their hand. So if they're in deadlock, you're going to immediately just rip 2 cards out of their hand. As long as you have a momentum, of course, which is certainly not a given in this game. I'm going to put this in the B+ tier. I don't really, you know, maybe I'm being generous here. Maybe this should be B tier. It is strong. It's a strong flash attack, but it's totally blank if you don't have a momentum and your rival's not in deadlock. So 4 mid 8 is still good stats. I could still see it finding play, but I don't think it's in the A tier. 4 difficulty attack, Gently Trampoline. 1 low block, 2 low 4. If it's blocked, draw 1 card. Gentle Criminal Enhance. If this attack deals damage, draw 2 cards. Now my grade here is a C, and that's because I don't think anybody but Gentle Criminal will play this card. Right? To everybody, unless you're Gentle Criminal, this is a slam. So it has none of the powerful keywords, right? It's a 2 low 4, it's understated, and if it's blocked, draw 1 card. Well, it's only 4 damage. Your rival will never block this. They'll just say, okay, I'll take 4. Like, this card really should have been a 2 low 6. That would have been 8 stats, 2 stats per difficulty. That's about average. As is, this is very understated. Your rival can just easily play around it and just basically make it a blank 2 low 4. That's a big feels bad to play. If you're Gentle Criminal, I can see why you would play this. You're going to be drawing cards no matter what. You're drawing 2 or you're drawing 1, and you're really kind of, you're forcing a block from your rival's hand to give speed to your next attack. So I could see Gentle Criminal playing this, but I honestly can't see any other character in the game playing this card. Now we get to his foundations. 2 difficulty foundation, 3 high block, elasticity. Flip after an attack is blocked. The next attack this turn gets +3 or -3 damage. That's pretty good, but flipping for +3 or -3 is not going to make you run a 2 difficulty foundation, right? Especially with a bad block modifier. So let's read the second response. Flip after your rival plays a stun ability, cancel it, and add the top card of your deck to your momentum. That feels awesome. Yeah, this is just this is some more great stun hate. I definitely see this card finding a lot of play, just almost purely for the top card of your deck to your momentum part. It's nice that you cancel it, but the momentum on a lot of strategies is going to be the big deal of the card. You're almost going to be wanting your rival to stun you. Like, please, I dare you to use stun 2 on Back Alley Haymaker. That will only help my game plan. But you know, if your rival's not playing any sort of stun cards, it's not blank. It's not a huge feels bad. You might side it out going into game 2, but at least at the moment, it's not completely blank. You can get +3 or -3 damage, which is certainly not nothing. I'm going to put this in the A tier. I think I'm being a little bit generous here with this card. It probably should be A- if I'm being honest, but I see it finding a lot of play. 1 difficulty, Internet Sensation, does check a 4, is a low block. After you play an attack, if you did not commit any foundations to pass that check, that attack gets +1 damage. So a free +1 damage a lot of times as Gentle Criminal. Also, if you're Rappa and you're on the order symbol, you're going to be getting a free +1 damage on a lot of things because you're destroying instead of committing. If you're a character like Mimic on the Chaos symbol, you'll be committing your assets, not foundations. And you can get the +1 damage. I like this. I like this card a lot. Deadlock Enhance, your next check to play an attack is +1. You can use that on every single attack. Got to be one of the best deadlocks that you can get on a spam foundation. So that's another reason to play it right there. I'm going to put this in the B+ tier. I think a lot of people could skip over this card and feel comfortable. It's not like demanding that it be played. But if you're somebody and you can if you're a character that can reasonably expect to not be committing foundations frequently for your attacks, then you should probably think about putting this card in. And lastly, we have the 2 difficulty foundation, the Chivalrous Thief, 3 mid block. Commit before your end phase, add 1 attack with a printed speed of 2 or less from your card pool to your momentum. That's pretty neat. The problem is it's asking you to play attacks with a printed speed of 2 or less. Are there any attacks with a 2 speed or less that see a lot of play right now? You have like Amajiki's Throw, but the throw should be going to, right? Like throws are typically 2 or less speed a lot of times, but those are going to your momentum anyway, most of the time. I'm having trouble thinking of a lot of other 2 speed attacks that are actually legit good. So that top response isn't that great unless you're gentle and you're playing his kit, right? So you're playing that card where you're demanding a block. The Gently Trampoline, I think is what it was called. And then we get Villain Form. Once per turn, discard 1 momentum, discard 2 rival momentum. Your next slam or taunt attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. So basically you're discarding momentum for +2/+2, and your rival has to discard 2 momentum. Or if you're on defense, you can just rip 2 momentum out of your rival for 1 momentum. That's very, very strong. The problem is it is a villain form, right? And the +2/+2 is limited to slam or taunt. My initial reaction when I made this PowerPoint was to give this an A- and put it into the A tier. The more I'm looking at this card, I think it's a B+. I'm going to officially change my grade here to a B+. Discard 1 momentum, discard 2 rival momentum feels good. But it's only playable if you're a villain, and we're not on like the evil symbol, right? This is Void, Order, and Chaos. So I guess we get Shigaraki 3 is on the Order. We get Stain on the Order. I assume they'll be getting Villa. I'm not... Chaos, we have All for One, right? And All for One will always have a momentum, so he can always just discard 2 rival momentum. This feels really strong. It feels like some of the best momentum hate in the game. The more I'm looking at it, though, it feels just a little too niche to really belong in the A tier. So I'm going to officially bump it down to a B+. Not in real time, though. So there you have it. That's Gentle's kit. To me, not nearly as powerful as Endeavor's kit or Dobby's kit, but it does look a lot of fun, and I think the character could surprise us. I'm putting Gentle in the B tier for now, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's better than we expect. But that feels about right, the B tier. So let's just review everything again. Again, I'm saying B+ on Chivalrous Thief, B+ Internet Sensation, A on Elasticity, C on Gentle Trampoline, B+ on Gently Theft. I do like that we're getting more void cards that force your rival to discard, right? Because we already have like Hardened Chop, Villainous Waylay, and there's a few more attacks too that force your rival to discard. Feels nice to continue giving void that kind of support for that archetype. And C+ on Sandwich, B on Gentle Rebound, C+ on Lover Mode, and B on Gentle Criminal. It felt like it was heavily implied by Levi that we might see a La Brava asset, maybe even as a secret rare in the set, which would be very cool, and maybe would elevate Gentle's Criminal's kit a little bit. One thing I did want to point out before I let everybody go, I love the character cards in this set. I love the art on it. Gentle Criminal's no different. The only thing that kind of bothers me about Gentle Criminal a little bit is the white text on the white pants. It is hard for me to read this. And so that's one downside of all the characters being full art. But hey, that tiny downside is not enough to say characters shouldn't be full art. All of these characters have been incredible. I have loved how they looked. I think how the new characters look is the biggest win for the new design. And I don't think that's particularly close. I did want to point out, though, I am having kind of a hard time reading those responses. I'm not sure if anybody else feels that same way. Well, that's going to do it for me. That's Gentle Criminal. We've already had it announced that Bakugo 4 is being revealed tomorrow, so I will be back with Bakugo 4. Before I let everybody go, it is, let's see, a little past 7:30 my time, so Chiefs-Lions just started and the NFL season has kicked off. I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, but tonight I'm taking the Lions plus 4.5, and they're going to shock the world with this upset. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you next time.